My name is McRoyal Enoch Mensa. Welcome to another edition of my QBASIC video tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll continue with the control structure. So now, this is our QBASIC. In our previous lesson, we learned something about do loop. But I want to tell you that for next can also perform the same function as the do loop. So if we have for n, let's say you are prompting the user inputs. You are prompting the user to input a certain number. Okay, over here you know that you can add combination of strings and numbers here. So we have inputs. Please enter a number. Please enter a number. But because you are using the input and a string over here, it's ideal or advisable to use semicolon over here. And I know you understand what the meaning of the semicolon. If not, then this one should have been print. Please enter a number. Then the next line should be input n. Okay, so we have for n is equal to 1 to 5. For n is equal to 1 to 5, we should print n. Then next. For statements, always end with next. For statements, always end with next. Just like do statements always end with loop. So let's try and run this program and see. So yeah, about to run the program. Okay, good. So let's enter 2. Okay, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 up 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so that is 4. N is equal to 1 to 5. Print n. Okay, good. That's it. Now let's do something quick here. Let me delete all these things. Good. I have some codes here. Let me explain these codes to you. We have input. What multiplication timetable do you want to create? Input. What multiplication timetable do you want to create? N. So that means that if the person inputs a number, this one takes only numbers, it will be stored in a variable name called n. Now we should print this n what the person has inputted. So we have if the person, assuming the person entered 6, so we should print 6. Then next one, okay, it's supposed to be on next line, but because you want it to be on the same line, that's the reason for this semicolon. Times 1 to what? Okay, this one is just prompting the user. Okay, so we have 8 times 1 2. We have print n, which will be 6 times dot what the person the limit that the person want to enter. We have input t. This input t is the limit. This input t. So assuming here is 6 and t is 12, it will be 6 1 6 2 up to 6 times 12. Then it will give you the final answer. Color 14 is what we explained in our previous lesson, I think in our 4th video tutorial. Okay, the more you add a to a particular color, the more you get a brighter color. Now this 6 is not important, we can just delete it. We have for time. This one is just a variable name, it's nothing. You can choose to enter anything at all. For time is equal to 1 to t. That is, for time is equal to 1 up to the limit that the person is giving us. We should print the number that the person has entered, which is 6, times this one is just x, so it will be x throughout, time, that is this variable name, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to the limit. So if it's 21 to 20, if it is t is 31 to 30, okay, should be equal to this one is just an equal sign. Then n, which is 6 times time, which is the time, which is the time that you want if it's on the second one. So this one will perform the arithmetic calculation. Okay, let's run it. You appreciate, and I'll take you through the code again. Now start run. So we have here, what multiplication timetable do you want to create? 7 times. Good. Now 7 times 1 to 7 times what? Let me explain this output. We have print. Now we have what multiplication timetable do you want to do? Now because we entered 7, it was stored in a variable name called n. Now we have n, which is 7 here, times what? 1, 2. Now because this one is a semicolon, it suppresses it and is trying to bring this print line into the next line. It's trying to join it, but the color 12, color 4 means red, but 8 plus 4 means 12. So if you use color 12, it means you are giving a brighter red. That's the reason for this. Okay, so our next line, we have 7 times to what? So this is what you have here. So 7 times 1 up to 7 times 14 over here. So when we hit enter, we have 7 1 7, 7 2 14, 7 3 21, 7 5 35, 7 13 91, 7 14 98. You can use your calculator to confirm. Nice, isn't it? Wow, that's wonderful. Now let's go to the code again. Now to this line of code, this is where we have the for loop statement. Okay, so we have here for time, that is the limit you've given, to be equal to 1 to t. 1 to t, it should print n, and the n is 7 times t, and the t ranges from 1 to the limit that the user gave. Okay, so if the user say that now for in our example the limit is 14, so for time is equal to 1 to 14, so it will be print 7 times first time will be 1, next one will be 7 times 2, next one 7 times 3, 7 times 4, up to 7 times 14, because 14 is the limit. It cannot exceed 14. Okay, so this one will display is equal to. That's the reason why we have equal to equal to equal to. So over here, this one is supposed to be on the next line as print n times, that is 7 times time. That is, if it is 1, it will be 7 times 1. If time is 2, it will be 7 times 2. If time is 3, it will be 7 times 3. Okay, I believe you understand the reason why this semicolon, because I explained it in our previous lesson. So it will continue to execute it until a particular thing is achieved. And using for next is one of the powerful tools for loop statements. Okay, right, let's rerun our program and give it a higher limit. So we are trying to run our program. What multiplication timetable do you want to type? 9. So we have 9 times 1 to 9 times what? Let's say 9 times 1 to 9 times 400. Good, let's hit enter. Wonderful, isn't it? So we have 376 up to 9 times 400. Good. Now let's rerun the program again and let's put a higher figure. So we want to calculate 4 times up to what? Up to 72,344. This one is, I think, 723,344. Let's hit enter. You see? Wow. Ooh, I see. Oh, that's wonderful. Sounds great. Wow. So 4 times up to 723,344. Wow. Clap for QBASIC. QBASIC performs wonderful. It's very good in arithmetic calculation. So you can see that with this complex calculation, it did it in few seconds. Thank you so much for your time. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube. My name is McRoyal in Mensa.